Hi everyone, welcome back. Do you ever wonder how novels came into existence? Poetry and drama existed for almost as long as recorded human history. But novel writing started in 17th century and became popular in 18th century. 18th century is the century of prose as well as the rise of novels. It's a recent genre as compared to poetry and drama. People wanted to see the reflection of their lives in the form of novel. So, the novels were written on the common ways of life. At that time, novels were written purely for providing entertainment. Today, I have picked one such novel which was published in 18th century and one of the oldest novel, Tom Jones, or The History of Tom Jones, a Foundling, is a comic novel written by Henry Fielding. It was published in 1749 and one of the earliest novel written in 18 parts. Henry Fielding was one of the 18th century English novelists known for his humor, satire, and comic. He made the novel an effective weapon of social criticism. Fielding insisted upon calling Tom Jones a history. By this, he means a realistic account of the life of his times. It was adapted as a movie in the year 1963. It is written in a third person narration. It's a Bill Dunk's Roman novel which focuses on moral growth of the protagonist, Tom, from the youth to adulthood. He was a good natured boy, but imprudent and chaste. He was corrected by his virtuous girlfriend, Sophia Western, and finally, they lead a happy life. The story started with a wealthy man called Squire Allworthy and his sister Bridget. They lived in a wealthy state called Somerset. One day, Allworthy returned back home from a long official tour and he found a baby abandoned on his bed. He gave the responsibility of the child to his sister Bridget and his housekeeper Deborah Wilkins. He came to know through his housekeeper, Deborah, that this child belonged to Jenny Jones. Jenny was the housekeeper of a school teacher and his wife. When she was presented in front of Mr. Alworthy and asked about the truth of the baby, she admitted that she is the mother of the baby but did not disclose the identity of his father. Mr. Alberti showed sympathy towards her and sent her to some unknown place to keep her secret and her dignity. He also took the responsibility of the child and gave him a name, Thomas. Thomas is known as Tom Jones. He is the protagonist of the novel. Dr. Blifil and Captain Blifil were two brothers. They were the frequent visitors of Alvardi State. Captain Blifil was introduced by his brother to Bridget. They both started liking each other and got married. They both had a baby named Master Blifil. Captain Blifil died due to stroke. Both the children were raised by Alworthy and Bridget, but received different treatments from the other members and acquaintances of the family. Allworthy was always affectionate towards Tom, but Philosopher Square and Thwackum, the boy's tutors, were biased towards Tom and adored Blifil. Master Blifil is always jealous of Tom and conspires against him. Tom is imprudent and chaste, but honest, courageous, and kind hearted boy. Black George was Allworthy's servant. Tom became his friend. He liked spending time with servants more than the other family members. He helped Black George by providing money which was stolen by him. He started loving George's daughter, Molly. Gradually, Tom discovered that she is having many affairs. One day, he came to know that Molly was pregnant. He stayed with her out of honor, but later discovered that he is not the father of her child. And so, he was relieved and came out from that relationship. Squire Western was Allworthy's neighbor. Tom falls in love with Squire Western's daughter, Sophia Western, who is very beautiful, elegant, and generous. They both liked to spend time together and loved each other. Tom also broke his hand rescuing Sophia. But Sophia's father, Squire Western, never wanted his daughter to marry Tom, who was a bastard and of low social status. He never approved their love. Squire Allworthy falls ill and he decided to divide his property. He liked Tom so he gave a fair amount of his wealth to Tom. Master Blifil disliked this and grew more jealous towards Tom. But Tom was not at all concerned about his share of money. He was only focused towards the improvement of Allworthy's health. He took care of him and his health improved. Tom was very happy and excited by the news and was drunk. He and Blifil had a fight with each other. Meanwhile, a sad news of Bridget's death came through Allworthy's lawyer. Squire Western's sister, Mrs. Western, visited him and suggested her brother to marry his daughter to Blifil. Squire Western also liked this idea. He thought that Blifil is a good choice for his daughter Sophia, and by this marriage, she will be able to acquire the property of Squire Allworthy. But Sophia rejected this proposal. She was not at all interested in Blifil. Her father got very angry and violent with Sophia. When Blifil came to know about Sophia's true love towards Tom, he became more jealous and angry towards Tom and conspired against him. He told Allworthy that Tom was very happy on the day when he was on his deathbed. He celebrated by dancing, singing, and drinking. Allworthy was very upset after hearing this and told Tom to go away from his household. Tom was very sad but ready to follow Mr. Allworthy's order. He never wanted to leave Sophia behind, but he had to follow the honorable path. He roamed around here and there and finally reached Bristol. There he met with a barber whose name was Benjamin. He became his loyal servant. Later he came to know that actually he was Mr. Patris. He was expelled from the town because it was presumed that he was the father of Tom Jones. Tom Jones feels very guilty for him. They both were expelled from the town and were on the road of Britain and became each other's companion. He met with Mrs. Waters. An army man wanted to rob and rape her. Tom helped her and rescued her in that situation, and they spent a night together in the hotel. Sophia left her father's house with her maid servant and ran away to the same hotel where Tom was spending time with Mrs. Waters. Her father was forcing her to marry Blifil, but she did not want to marry him. When she reached in the hotel, she discovered that Tom is having an affair with Mrs. Waters. She felt very bad and left her muff over there. Mr. Fitzpatrick visited the inn. He was searching for his wife. He realized that Mrs. Waters is not his wife and he went away from there. Even Sophia's father, Mr. Weston, arrived there to find his daughter. When Tom realized that Sophia came finding him, he felt very guilty and realized his mistake. He took Sophia's muff and proceeded to find her. Sophia went to London with her cousin Harriet Fitzpatrick. She was the daughter of her aunt, Mrs. Weston, and was the wife of Mr. Fitzpatrick, whom Mr. Patrick was searching in the inn. As both the husband and wife had a fight with each other, she was running away from him. In London, they reached to Lady Bellaston's house. She was their relative. Sophia stayed in her house. Even Tom reached London in search of Sophia. Tom stayed at Mrs. Miller's house. She had two daughters, Nancy and Betty. There was one more person living in her house, named Mr. Nightingale. Mr. Nightingale falls in love with Nancy and pregnant her. Tom insisted him to marry Nancy and they both got married. As Tom wanted to search for Sophia, he needed Lady Bellaston's help. Lady Bellaston was very selfish and a fake lady. Tom was innocent and was exposed to Lady Bellaston's greed. Lady Bellaston is struck by looks of Tom and plans to keep him as her lover. He took Bellaston's help and fall in her trap. They both started an affair. Tom privately continues to pursue Sophia. Finally, he found her and tells her that his true love is for her and no one else. Tom knew that Lady Bellaston would never accept the proposal of marriage with Tom. So, to get rid of her, he sends her the marriage proposal letter. By this, he breaks off the relationship with Lady Bellaston, as she refused the marriage proposal as he expected. But she was still determined not to allow Sophia and Tom's love to flourish. She showed that marriage proposal to Sophia and used it against Tom. She also encouraged another young man, Lord Philamer, to rape Sophia. Sophia was in the problem. At that time, only Squire Western, Mrs. Western, Blifil, and Alworthy reached there and saved her, and took her back home and locked her in her bedroom. Fitzpatrick and Tom had a duel because he thought that Tom was the lover of his wife. Fitzpatrick was stabbed by Tom in defense and was sent to jail. In jail, he comes to know that Mrs. Waters is Jenny Jones, Tom's mother. Mrs. Waters finally went to Mr. Alworthy and explained him about Fitzpatrick incident. She told him that he is still alive and somebody conspired against Tom. Alworthy realized that conspiration was done not other than Blifil. He decided not to talk to him. Mrs. Water also revealed the secret of Tom's mother. She said she was not his mother. His actual mother was Bridget Alworthy and he was his nephew. Mr. Alworthy also received a letter from tutor of Tom and Blifil, Mr. Square, explaining about Tom's good conduct during Alworthy's illness. Tom was very caring and compassionate towards him. After knowing all this and realizing the goodness of his nephew Tom, he got released Tom from the jail. On the other hand, Mrs. Miller revealed the truth to Sophia behind Tom's marriage proposal to Lady Bellaston, for which she was very angry with Tom. She understood the reason behind his marriage proposal letter. Now, Squire Western was not having any objection to marry Sophia with Tom because Tom is the heir of Holworthy's property. But Sophia was angry with Tom and his many affairs. Tom convinced her and promised her to remain faithful to Sophia. Sophia finally forgives him and they got married. This is the happy ending of the novel. If you like this video, please do like and subscribe my channel.